Hey everybody, Sean here, and I hope you're doing well. Yes, you read that title correctly, so let's jump right in. And special thanks to David Rector for sharing this. This comes from a video called The Godhead Explained Like You've Never Heard It Before. And boy, is that title correct. Unfortunately, not in a good way. This is almost 1.5 hours of confusion that will leave you dizzy. So much that I just couldn't do a full video on this. But our brother in Christ here had the patience to do 2 videos with over 3 hours of coverage on this confusion. We're going to cover just one part of this where his friend tells of a vision he had of God that makes no sense.
During this vision, I began to see portions, not his face. I want to emphasize that I could not see his face. I couldn't. Too terrifying.
Notice that he's emphasizing that he couldn't see God's face, because of course, if Moses couldn't see his face and live, at least he's smart enough to know that he couldn't either. But his reason is because his face is too terrifying. But there's no Bible verse that says that the face of God is terrifying.
But portions, and he's vast, by the way. The Father, he is vast. He is huge, he is wide, he is tall. He is at the least 1,500 miles high, at the least. In fact, you can see his form in heaven, but it's almost like he limited himself for us to see his form because he takes up all of heaven, the universe.
So God is huge, at least 1,500 miles high. How could he tell God was that high? Who can see that far? And he said that God limited himself so that we could see him. He's the one with the vision. I didn't see this. How about you? Who is this we?
He's not fat, but he is huge. He is well chiseled. What muscles are to the earth, the Father is to heaven.
Now he's giving God human attributes, saying he's not fat, but chiseled, which refers to having a very defined muscular body, and says what muscles are to the earth, the Father is to heaven. What does that even mean?
His voice sounds and feels like melted lightning, liquefied lightning.
He says God's voice sounds and feels like melted lightning. How would he know what melted lightning sounds and feels like, if lightning could even be melted? This is a story on the level of something Kat Kerr would say. He goes on to explain more of what he saw, but it's just all silly, and we know that God is spirit, and I don't know any Bible verses that give dimensions to a spirit. I'll leave the link to this video and the other guy's video with a longer breakdown in the description below. The only good thing about people with stories like this is that it makes it much easier to pinpoint people that we shouldn't be learning from. And when this is included with a wacky explanation of the Godhead, it just adds insult to injury. Folks, we're going to keep it short today, but as always, leave your thoughts and comments below, and until next time, take care and God bless.